Welcome to the Bulls Guys podcast. I'm your host, Kenyatta K Dub Wright, and this is my co-host, Mr. Kataka from Chicago, Illinois.
What's going on, Bulls fans? It's been a rough one, man.
A loss to the Milwaukee Bucks, a team I despise more than anything. Um, I don't know where to start, brother. I was at work, as I work during the nights now while the games are on, so I didn't really get to watch. But what I did see, because I was in and out, the Bulls weren't very aggressive, and they shot 14 for 47, I believe, from the field in this game. I was just taking a little glimpse at the stats.
Mm-hmm.
Shot about, 14 for 42, and the Bucks shot 15 for 47 in this game. But that's not the entire story of the contest. The Bulls lacked aggression in this game. They came into this game looking like they didn't come to play at all. Lackadaisical defense, leaving shooters wide open for shots. I've seen a couple times Giannis and Vooch were matched up against each other. Vooch playing Matador defense, giving Giannis plenty of space to shoot a jumper. Vooch getting roughed up by Brook Lopez. DeMar DeRozan seemed like he tried to get it going in that first half, tried to be a little bit aggressive, tried to get aggressive in the fourth quarter. He seemed like he was the only one trying to push the issue. Zach LaVine getting pushed around by Bobby Portis. This team got to get tougher, man. I like what I've been seeing. The teams are bullying them. And it don't even come down to toughness. It comes down to hunger at a certain day. Because I feel like your hunger will trigger you to be aggressive. And they just have it all on the board.
I agree, man. I agree. I think that slow start, man. I don't know what they need to do, man, to really, man, start games out. You know what I'm saying? With some fire and intensity. They went in it, and then when they fought, they wasted all that energy just to fight and take the lead at one point. You know what I'm saying? And then once they had the lead, it's like, okay, let's go back to, shooting threes instead of just, playing their game. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. They left a lot of guys wide open. They weren't about Giannis and his driving and leaving their shooters wide open. They gotta realize, man. I mean, they should know by now that the way to beat Milwaukee is you just gotta be physical with them. Giannis, you ain't gonna stop Giannis from getting his points. You know what I'm saying? But if you D him up and you get physical with him, you can throw him off his game. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna do some stupid stuff like foul out or get him in foul trouble. The team, get him in the bonus and everything. But I don't know, man. That players only meeting that they had at the beginning of the year, it seemed like it was just a waste of their damn time because it ain't turning into wins.
And it seemed like Bobby Portis had 19 points in this game. Giannis had 35.
Yeah, he got all his in the second half, pretty much.
Yeah, it seemed like, okay, Vooch is happy now. He's getting the touches that he wants. But now it seemed like, and I'm going to tell you what, every time Vooch scores a basket on one side, he gives up another on the other side.
Yeah.
So what he gives us, he gives it right back to the defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's no other alternative with this team to get blown up. And if it gets blown up, Vooch is the first one to go, in my opinion. He has to be the first one to go.
Yeah, and he can't get traded till I guess trade deadline because December, right? So yeah, he would have to be the first domino. And I agree with you, man. I would rather them blow this shit up, get them some young guys who are gonna work their ass off and try to prove that they belong on somebody's roster, than have a bunch of guys that's overpaid and ain't producing on both ends.
The team assists, I'm guessing, for the Bulls in this game was pretty good, 24 team assists. But most of that is three-point jumpers, as they took 42 and only made 14. Teams are not afraid of jump shooting. Actually, they'd rather you jump shoot. So they can just take it out and get the outlet pass and get in the open court and run.
Yeah.
Milwaukee used their size and their physicality in this game. If this game is not any indication to AK what he needs to change with this ball club, I don't know what else needs to happen. Basically, the blueprint to beat us is basically what Detroit is.
Mm-hmm.
what Milwaukee is,
Mm-hmm.
what Phoenix is. Teams are bigger. Teams are getting bigger, and if you got to stretch four, oh my goodness,
Right.
you see what I'm saying? Because it's pulling Vooch from the basket. We talked the last game about Vooch leaving his man and allowing other people to guard his man that are smaller guards like Ayo and Kobe that don't have a shot to guard these bigger players. So
Right.
I think particularly for our team, we need to play man defense. That's what fits us, especially because we lack size and teams have certain advantages against us. So how we match it up at the beginning of the game to counter the size, we need to stick with that. But switching off and putting bigger guys against smaller guys, and I've seen that happen a lot. That's killing us.
And the crazy part though is that when we do that, our guards can't stand in front of their guards because all
Mm.
they're gonna do is get caught up on the screens. You know what I'm saying? Once they get caught up on them screens, our bad guys gonna be backpedaling. Our guys gonna be backpedaling, and I've seen it happen too many times. I mean, our guards need to stay in front of their man. If you notice, and I was telling my wife who was watching the game, I was telling them, if you notice, Milwaukee players can easily stay in front of our guys, but our guys cannot stay in front of their guys. For some reason, we cannot play man-to-man defense.
You need players that specialize in defense, period.
Right,
Because these guys, huh?
perimeter defense, right.
Yeah, I don't think none of these guys, their entire focus when they approach the game is defense. I think all of them just want to be out there shooting jumpers.
Hmm.
And that's fine and dandy, but you still got to do work on the other side. You can't keep trading baskets with teams, especially when a team is more talented than you are.
Right.
Now, a Milwaukee announcer that I heard during the game was talking about us because I don't get Stacy on the prime. I was trying to figure that out why I don't get him on the prime. I only get it on prime when I'm on my television, but when I'm on my phone, I can't get him on it.
That's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
thought
I be listening to these other announcers, and I hate that. I like listening to Stacy.
yeah.
But long story short, man, they was just basically saying like they're confused by us. They can't understand why we have a big three and we can't get nothing done. We can't accomplish. We don't look cohesive. We
Hmm.
don't look more dominant than we look. You know what I'm saying? Like Vooch, DeMar, and Zach. These are top three players, man, that have been to multiple All-Star games,
Hmm.
dream teams, all of that. These guys are stars, man, but they don't look like it wearing these Bulls jerseys. And it kind of come to a point where you have to look at it and say, wait a minute. You look around the room, you see Vooch, you see Zach, you see DeMar, you see Kobe, you see all these talented players, but you're not getting the wins. You're not getting the results. You got to start looking at the coach at some point.
Well, I'm gonna also add to that. None of them guys really know about winning. Um, None of them have any, championship. I think DeRozan. I think he been in a couple of playoff games, but he hasn't won the big one. All those guys are ball dominant. Vooch come from a place where he was like the man on the team. You know what I'm saying? And him to come in this role, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a culture shock. Zach, all he been doing is losing since he been in the league. You know what I'm saying? But he used to the guy being one of the guys. So these guys don't really know how to relinquish, when to give it to somebody else, you know what I'm saying, to take over. They all trying to get their shots, all trying to get their stats. And I think that's what's killing us. We don't have a point guard to say, hey, we don't have our leader, first of all. We don't have our leader to come in and say, hey, you know what? Look, we gotta set our personal stats aside, you know what I'm saying? If you notice, Dame Dollar, Io, and Kobe did well against him. You know what I'm saying? But he willing to relinquish being the man. And days, Giannis is your team. I'm just gonna get in where I fit in. Even though they still trying to figure it out, they still producing wins. But we can't, for some reason, our big three can't do that.
I don't know what the issue. I kind of do know what the issue is. I feel like these three guys are not willing to sacrifice their games for each other. We already know that.
Hmm.
But even when you had teams in the past like the Lakers with Kobe Bryant and Shaq
Hmm.
that didn't mesh well, that didn't get along. you saw the talent, and the talent always rise to the top, bro, and always find a way to get it done.
Right.
These guys just can't find a way to get it done together. And to the point where it's like, to me, and I ain't gonna lie, man, this loss did it for me, bro. I've been trying to hold on and like, I'm gonna have some faith. We can't be losing to no division opponents like this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We have to come out ready to fight. This is a division rival. I need to know by the way you're playing that we're playing against a division rival, not like it's just another regular game.
Right.
So this is not another regular game to you. We could trade you somewhere else where they don't give a damn and they win about 5 games a year and you can stay over there. We can send you to, the Rockets or somebody like that where winning is not important or winning is not common, and you can go over there and lose all you want. But when you're playing for a team like the Knicks, the Bulls, the Lakers, all these premium teams,
Yep.
these premium cities, these big time cities.
Yep.
Those are three biggest too, by the way. Chicago the third. I believe New York first and LA is second. But when you play in these big cities, man, you got to bring it.
Yep.
You're gonna get killed by the fans and the newspapers and the journalists that's gonna keep bringing your name up in articles and all of that. Man, it's not easy to play in these big cities.
Right.
You don't see that much publicity, or at least I don't see it, with these small market teams like Phoenix and stuff like that. If they're playing bad, you don't see their media or whatever, Phoenix media going off on their players. When you play in these bigger cities where you're expected to do well, when you're playing for a franchise that's used to winning, I mean, scratch the Knicks because they're not used to winning at all. Even Jordan, but anyway, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But yeah, you're right, man. And that's one thing about Chicago sports, especially for us Chicago fans right about now, is that we're hurting for one of our teams to really do something, man. I mean, you can draft whoever, you can bring whatever coach, but it's like, man, we want to see some wins. Yeah, we're a football town, followed by a baseball town, but we also dwell on our Bulls, you know what I'm saying? Especially back in the 90s. So it's like, man, y'all gotta give us something. You know what I'm saying? But the fans said that we're tired of losing. And it's like, yeah, we'll watch and we'll spend the money to freaking go to these games, but if we eventually we're gonna do something that is gonna cause some coaches to get fired. That's how we did with guard Pats. I mean, it had to take somebody to put a damn billboard up on the major highway in Chicago to say fire guard Pats for some shit to happen.
I feel like this franchise is yearning for a championship. They're yearning for like 5 straight good seasons, probably 2 championships. We've been losing for a long time, man. 1998, I was how old I was? I was 17, bro. 19, I was.
Damn. Okay.
And we ain't won since then, and I'm 42, bro. Am I going to still be alive by the time they win another championship? It's like, and the NBA contributes to it by the way they call our games. What y'all want us to lose forever?
Right.
I really don't get it, bro. It's like, you bludgeoning us. Like, I understand. I get it. Y'all don't like the Bulls. We beat up the league when Jordan was here.
Right.
Y'all gonna let us back through the door, though? Like, we gonna keep losing forever?
Right.
It just seems like it's gonna go on forever, brother, unless Jerry Reinsdorf croaks.
Yeah. Yeah, because
It
he
don't
ain't
seem
selling
like
that
it's
team for
changing,
nothing.
bro. It just seems like it's the same thing every single year. And it's like,
Right.
I'm getting tired of it, bro. Like, why would we keep spending money on this team to see us lose? Now, granted, you can't win every year. I get that. But come on, let us get a couple years in where we win and we actually win something, not just go to the playoffs, but we get the championship.
Right. Let us go in there and compete, man. You know what I'm saying? Let us say, okay, man, I would rather lose close games in which my team fought and fought nail to nail than get blown out. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we fans, we could see the effort. We could see the lack of effort. They can, like I say, they tease us with playing their ass off this last game, you know what I mean? And then come in and it's just like, man, just throw up shit. I mean, if your damn best two players are shooting total what 8 to 32, all right, go to the fucking free throw line, man. You know, get your points at the free throw line. Don't keep chucking up fucking threes and complaining to the refs. I mean, it's just the basketball IQ just fucking sucks.
So the Bulls are fourth in the Central Division. Now I'm gonna run down some of our wins this season. We got one win against the Raptors. I would say that was our best win.
Mm-hmm.
We got one win against the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
We got one win against the Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And we got one win against the Pistons. Now let me go with our losses. Loss to the Thunder. Loss to the Pistons. Lost to the Mavericks. Lost to Brooklyn in that in season tournament game. Lost to the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Lost to the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
Lost to the Bucks. Now these are the games that you're supposed to win and prove yourself.
Right.
Those teams that I just ran down that we lost to,
Mm-hmm.
those are the teams that's going to be in the playoffs. That's going to do something special. Those are the games that you're supposed to get up for. I'm not saying you're supposed to not get up for certain other games, but I need you to bring your best effort when you're playing against those teams.
Right. Now, in those games, let me look at something. In those games, not all of them were blowouts. You know what I'm saying? That Suns game, we supposed to have won that game.
Could have won either way, and it went to overtime, so I'll give them that. They did fight for that game.
That Nets game, we should have won. And I think that Dallas game, we was all right until like the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? But them games, a lot of these games were winnable. Even against the tough teams, even towards the playoff teams, they were winnable. You know what I'm saying? But we just can't find a way to close. I mean, it's just like closing. So either we start off slow or we can't close games. But that been the theme since last season.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. It's getting to a point where I'm like, yo, K don't want to change the team. Fuck it, we need to petition to get his ass out.
Mm-hmm.
I need somebody in here that's gonna step up and say, I'm gonna take Chicago from the struggling franchise of this side to a winning team.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because when Tibbs was in here trying to create that kind of atmosphere, they got rid of his ass. What the hell? You don't want to win?
Right.
Tibbs had the attitude, yo, ride or die. I'm trying to come in here and change what's been going on here. We're going to be winners. And he produced.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the players, Tibbs practice is too tough. And it's that. Welcome to the NBA.
Yeah, man.
Back in the day, in the 90s, in the golden era, Karl Malone looked like a professional wrestler.
Right.
Dennis Rodman looked like a professional wrestler. Wrestling in WCW.
Right.
And coming to the NBA to play a game. That's stamina right there. These players need to get their weight up. And you stay trying to compare yourself to the 90s. Stop. Please stop. Until you start doing what they did back then and you show me that same hunger. And those guys back then, they were getting shitty contracts. They weren't getting half the money that these guys are getting now.
Right.
And they were busting their asses and going out there just for the love of the game to win, just to say, I beat you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just the hunger of the game, bro. And I don't see that anymore. So maybe our problem is beyond the Bulls. But when I look at the Lakers, they know how to show hunger. When I look at that young stud Devin Booker in Phoenix, him and his team know how to show hunger.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at the Lakers in Denver, they know how to show hunger.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at the Celtics, they know how to show hunger. Even though they're a three-point shooting team and they got a lot of flaws with their team, they still show hunger.
Yep.
The Sixers and all the drama that's going on, they still show hunger. They lead the East, by the way. They got the best record.
Yeah, they are. They balling. They balling.
since they got rid of James Harden, and James Harden's team is 3-6.
Right.
So I'm seeing it from other teams in the league. Why I can't see it from our players? What's going on? I'm telling you right now, and I was started thinking this today, Kataka. I'm telling you, my instincts is telling me that something is going on in the locker room that we don't know about. Something is
Yeah.
going on with the team and the guys that we don't know about. You said this on Bullseye today, and I read it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't play that long together and don't click and have that much talent and you not showing your worth.
Yep.
It's too much talent on this team for us to be losing this bad, bro, every night.
Right.
It gotta be a reason for it.
Yeah, I think yeah, and what made me say that is the fact that it's I mean, you only added two new players. The rest of those guys, they know each other. They done bonded together. They know each other's style. But for some reason, man, you're right. Something's not right. I don't know if they're not bought into the new system that they're trying to put in, the shooting threes. But for some reason, something I don't think they're gelling with what Donovan is preaching. Because if you look at his demeanor, he just looks like, like, damn, here we go again. So something's not right. I looked at Torrey Craig today, how he was just going off in his mannerism, man. It just like something ain't right.
I think the problem is Billy Donovan. I think the problem started in that game when he benched Zach.
Mm-hmm.
When he benched Zach, I think that's where the flame was lit. Because for those players to have a team meeting and to tell you as a coach to get out, I could never imagine back in the 90s with the 90s Bulls, Jordan and Pippen and the teammates huddling up and telling Phil Jackson to get out the locker room.
Right.
I can't imagine that. They were that close to their coach. He had to be included.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, these guys do not have that kind of relationship with him where they feel like they can speak amongst him. They feel like they have to develop something within themselves. And that's dangerous because if players are going to run themselves, then we don't need a coach. And every individual player is not going to do what's best for the entire team. He's going to do what's best for themselves. Let's say I'm DeMar DeRozan and I got a contract that's coming up. Oh, I'm going to show what I got. Zach LaVine, can I get the ball? Oh, nah, man. I got to show off because I got to show them that I deserve this contract. It's too
Right.
much personal interest when it comes to individual players.
Mm-hmm.
So players can never run themselves because players are only going to do what's in the interest of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
A coach is there to organize all the personalities and make them click together. That's why he's there.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not seeing that happen, then Donovan failed.
Mm-hmm. And
And
the
I'm
fact,
not seeing it happen.
right, and the fact that they had a players meeting, only meeting within the first game or two, that's not good. That's not a good look. You know what
The
I'm
first
saying? But
night, they had a players meet.
right, the first night, that's not good.
The very first night. So y'all entered the season, you wasn't ready. So the coach didn't have you ready to go and hit the floor running on the first night.
Right.
Strike one.
Yep.
Strike one against Billy.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have your team. What motivation do you need? It's the beginning of the season. It's the first game. We want to have a nice start. It's fresh. It's different than last year. And you come out and bring the same dead energy into this year? Nah, man. It got to be the coach, bro.
It gotta be because it's like I said, and that's what made me put my post is like this team been around each other for the past what? How long Billy been here? What, 3 seasons, 4 seasons?
Mm-hmm.
Ever since he been here, you have the same team. It's not like you were motherfucking the Houston Rockets or whoever that just unloaded half your damn team and you bring a whole new team. You have the same team and you got the same results. You below 500.
And Vooch had 26 and 12.
I will say Vooch has been playing his ass off. Even
Yeah, but
Pat
we've been
Will,
losing. So what does it matter? That's the point. If
right,
he wins and we lose, it's like, why do I care that we won? It's like we still lost the game.
still lost the game.
And it's like he's slowing us down. Bro,
But
truthfully
but
speaking,
I will say this. Another thing to look at, you look at DeMar's and Levine's numbers, that should tell you right then and there. Those guys aren't your first or second option. They're not the leaders of the team because a true leader would say, okay, I'm not getting my points. My shots are off. Let me find other guys to help us win the game, or let me change my game up a little bit. It seemed like to me both of them were still trying to push their way, you know what I'm saying, to score these points, but yeah, they was being a hindrance to the team. And I think that actually added to our loss too because they was taking some ill-advised shots. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting to the free throw line or playing more D or whatever the case may be. So the two of them also added to us not winning as well.
article came out with the Chicago Bulls saying that Billy Donovan made a quote that Julian Phillips seems like he could be has a playmaking future with the team. This is the type of things I don't want to see. Now I haven't seen much about the kid or seen much play from the kid because I don't watch preseason, even though I should.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch preseason, but like the highlights that I did see of the kid, he's very athletic, very aggressive. He's not just gonna pull up a shoot; he's gonna attack the rim.
Mm-hmm.
And who's ever under the rim, be damned, they're gonna get slammed on. So I like that aggression. I like that aggression. So
Mm-hmm.
just me seeing that, I don't give a damn about his playmaking ability. He's attacks. That's what I'm about.
Yeah.
He attacks the rim. He going at you. We need more players like that, man. We'll get you to the player that you want to be, but you gotta have that attitude. That's something that Patrick Williams don't got. He don't have that attitude that, yo, listen, I'm going out here to try to prove I'm the best player on the team. I'm trying to prove that I'm one of the best, if not the best.
Mm-hmm.
It's just basketball. Give me a pass. Oh, man, shoot it. Oh, then go
Right.
in.
Right.
And you walk down the floor.
Right.
Okay, Billy Donovan, you calling me to the bench? Okay, let me go to the bench.
Right.
No
Right.
emotion.
Yeah.
You dunked on me, I got to get you back on the next play. I
Yeah.
need that dog.
Right. I saw Julian Phillips. I saw the preseason games,
Mm-hmm.
and he could take Dalen Terry's minutes. Dalen Terry do not need to be on this team. I would actually go as far as I can have him get a few minutes off the bench. Yeah, he working on his shot. His whole knock is that he not a shooter, but he doesn't necessarily have to hit threes at a high clip. Just give me maybe one or two attempts, man. Just drive to the hole. But he's definitely got mad hops. I don't seen him poke on some guy. I don't seen him block some shots. He'll be a nice energy guy that you gonna need come off the bench with. You put him out there with Javon Carter. You know what I'm saying? You got some energy guys out there.
Now,
So
let me tell you something, man. You want to talk about youth movement. You take Ayo,
yeah,
Kobe,
yeah.
Julian Phillips,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe Pat if he want to buy in.
Right, if you want to buy in.
Bring in a Mark Jackson, trade Levine,
Mm-hmm.
DeMar, and Vooch for a bunch of picks and some younger players around the league, like the boy SGA. Try to make a deal for him
Yeah.
to get him from
Man,
Oklahoma City. They ain't going nowhere.
yeah, they ain't.
Oh, we don't want to give up SGA because we might not get back to the Western Conference Finals. Y'all ain't going nowhere. So I don't
No,
see
they
why they
ain't going
wouldn't give
nowhere.
him up.
No, they ain't going nowhere.
Bring in SGA. I would love for him to be a part of the young nucleus. Get a
Man.
bunch of draft picks for those three players. Get a lot of first round picks for those three guys.
I would
Start
get
the youth
Wiseman.
movement, man.
I would get Wiseman from Detroit because they ain't using
Hey,
him right.
Who?
Wiseman. From
Oh, yeah,
Detroit.
yeah, yeah.
They ain't using him right. He barely getting minutes. He only got minutes his last game because Durant was injured.
But yeah, man, I'm talking about a youth movement. And a lot of people would jump on me and say, Kata, we don't want to start all over. Be
Right.
just as bad as we would be if we started a youth movement. So we might as well just get a head start.
Right. Because we already starting over. We already rebuilding.
We faking the funk. Like we trying to put names together and acting like we expect this team ain't going nowhere, man. Let's be honest.
They ain't going nowhere.
They're going. They're not even going to get to the first round of the playoffs. When you can't even get through the play-in, it's a rebuild. Okay, a
Yep.
rebuild with fancy names, but it's still a rebuild.
Still a rebuild. Yep. We've been rebuilding since Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, man. And the thing that made me mad about that is that we were winning. Same way how Jordan said in the last dance when they broke up their team. We were winning. It was us going head to head with LeBron. We dropped that last playoff win against him and when he went back to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of them saying, okay, let us add some more parts to this project to make this project better so we can get over that hump.
Mm-hmm.
They destroyed the damn team, got rid of the coach, brought in a rookie coach, Fred Hoiberg. I'm like, whoa. I told you to take a little bit off the sides right here and give me a little
Right.
fade with my box. And you
Right. He
took
cutting
off
out
my
the
whole
whole
box.
box off.
No, make it,
Oh
decorated,
man.
make it look nice on the sides and
Taper it a
everything.
little bit,
Touch my
put a little
top. Took
part
off
in
the
it.
whole top.
He didn't even give you a Gumby.
You know what I mean, brother? Like you took off the whole joint. I'm like, yo, man, you OD. It's like they just ripped the whole team to shreds, and I'm like, we seriously starting over. But it's like it wasn't the need for it. You just had to add some parts, and Derek probably wouldn't have kept getting hurt if you had some veterans and some other options in here. Like in
Yeah.
2012, when they brought in Richard Hamilton, that was a good thing
Yeah.
because he was taking the pressure off of Rose being doubled and everything. Every time you double him, there go Richard Hamilton with that 15-footer.
Yep.
That's why when that team got dismantled when Derrick Rose went down in the first round and we lost to the Sixers, I'm like, man, yo, that was the team that probably could have went back and beat me.
Yeah, that was a nice squad, man.
It was best record in the league that year too. I think that was the lockout short season.
Yep.
They came back after losing to LeBron in the Heat in the Eastern Conference Final the year before, and then Derrick Rose goes down, and then like it just went down from there, man. And Noah went down too in the same series.
Yeah, man. I like Noah, man. I miss somebody. See, we need a big that like that. Yeah, he ain't shooting no threes. He's a gritty hard hat type of dude. You know what I'm saying?
They need his ass on the bench. Make him a general manager. I mean, a assistant coach.
Right.
Coach him though.
Right.
They need him, man, because I love the way he used to motivate the team back in the day, clapping it, pistols and all that shit. Yeah, man, bring that energy. Yo, what's
Talking.
up with us?
He talked with stuff to LeBron. He talked stuff to the Boston Celtics. He did not care.
No, man, and I never forget that play when he stole the ball from Paul Pierce and went the other end and dunked it,
Poked on
and
him.
the
Yeah, the
whole UC went crazy, bro.
classic. Classic.
The whole UC went nuts. I'm like, yo, this is playoff basketball right here. Ain't nothing like playoff basketball in the UC, bro.
Oh, when he told LeBron, you a bitch, you a bitch. You from the
Right.
sidelines, you a bitch.
And I miss them days when we was competitive, man. They got to bring it back, man. And it seemed like it was a long time, but it really wasn't. But it's like, man, we just like winning in Chicago. We don't like losing. And I'm not saying we got to win a championship every year, but we want to at least be in the game, be competitive with the big dogs. We don't want to be getting destroyed every single night. Oh, we playing against Phoenix, so I guess it's a loss tonight. We playing
Right.
against the Lakers, so I guess it's a loss tonight. No,
Right.
we want to be able to compete with these giant teams and say, no, ain't no, we ain't losing tonight. But we come out with a win tonight.
Exactly.
We got to turn that around, bro. You got to be at least competitive. And every team can't win. That's understandable, but you at least have to be competitive.
You got to
And
be
the team
competitive.
is not. So AK has to move his feet. It seemed to me like he's very, very comfortable with just leaving things the way they are because he don't want to admit fault. Dude, your project failed.
Right. And usually coaches, man, if they got players out there that ain't producing, they bring in some young guys to see if they can spark. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you got P. Will and ain't bringing it every night, man. Bring somebody else in. Get one of them two-way guys up in there. Get them a shot. You know, you might as well do something. Something's better than nothing.
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting to me the way this team finishes this year. And I'm already talking about this year like it's over because to me,
To me,
it's
it's
over,
over.
bro. Their demeanor and who they are is who they are. They can't change who they are, bro. The same lazy habits, the same I don't care attitude, the same lazy like getting back on defense, the same losing your man and letting your man hit a wide open shot, the same switching when you're not supposed to be switching, the same shooting jumpers that are ill-advised that you're not supposed to be shooting with like so much time on the clock. It's all still there, bro. It's all still there. It's never went
Yep.
anywhere.
Yep. Yes, indeed. So I don't know, man. We got some more home games, but as of right now, it's I want to fast forward to December and see if they're gonna actually do something.
I hope they do, bro. And you know what's crazy? Like every single trade deadline that went past, AK was just standing pat, like he had a damn championship team in his pocket. You was the main one that was supposed to be making the calls.
Exactly. I
Free
guess he
agency started at 6 o'clock. At 5:59, you supposed to be at your phone like,
right. Hey, talking to some agents like, hey man, how can we get? Hey, can we get this person here? They're available. You
it's
know what I'm saying?
5:59 and it's like 9 seconds till 6 o'clock. I'm waiting. You should have been there, man. You should have been the first one to pick up the phone. You should have been on it.
They
We
should
was
did
the
like
number one team that needed to make a move. Nobody else needed to make one but us.
he need to do like Mark Cuban did to DeAndre Jordan that time, man. He went all the way up to DeAndre Jordan's house. Didn't let that dude out the door. Say, hey, you know, you gonna sign with us. When the clock strike 12. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's horrible, yo. Because the thing is, I never thought they could be worse than Garpax, yo.
This is worse.
Garpax was horrible, and these guys make them look like they were the greatest.
Yeah, at least they made moves. Might have been the wrong move, but they made moves.
Yo, I'm in the twilight zone, bro.
I'm sure God
Garpax was
Pack.
really bad, bro, and they make them look like they were the geniuses of damn Chicago Bulls basketball.
I'm sure they probably laughing like, hey, they thought we was shitty. Man, look at these cats. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yo, it's so bad, man. And listen, I'm gonna get with it because I usually make my annual trips to Chicago. I ain't been down that way in a while, bro, because it just don't feel like the Bulls. I
Yeah.
used to buy like 3 tickets and come down there and go to the games, go to the hostel, bring my little suitcase, my little bag and shit, chill at the hostel, walk around the city and eat all the Chicago food and suck up the Chicago life and then go to the game and everything, the
Yeah.
Chicago nightlife and everything like that, meeting different people in Chicago. It was like my favorite vacation city. I used to go there at least 2 times a year, bro.
Yeah,
And I
man.
was like, I haven't been there since like probably like 2016 or 2015, probably 2014.
Yeah, I rode past this past weekend. Everybody was lined up, man, to go to the game. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, but look like we got less than a minute, man.
Yeah, man. Follow us on social media. This show will be aired on YouTube. Those who follow us follow us on YouTube. This is my co-host Kataka. I'll tell them where they can find you real quick. Everything is in the show notes though.
Yeah, show notes, Kataka Graham,